Welcome to Homefront Happy Hour. We are your hosts, Courtney, Ann Linden, and Sarah. We started this podcast to create the community that we have all been looking for, a place to laugh, vent, and navigate the highs and lows of military life, motherhood, and marriage. All of our husbands are in the U.S. Army, and between the three of us, we have plenty of experience with PCS moves, deployments, and everything in between. Whether you are a military spouse, a parent, or just looking for honest girl chat, grab your fun drink and join us. Let's get yapping. All right, we've got our drinks. Let's get into it. How's your week?
Good week. I tried something new over the weekend. These nail stickers that cure in the sun.
Oh.
So you press them on and then you sit out in the sun for 5 minutes and they like harden like gel.
Oh, have they lasted?
One of them I tore off because it was kind of uneven, but I mean, so far it's okay.
Yeah.
Look at you trying
That
things.
is cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like $10 from Target.
That's cool. That's convenient because you don't need the light and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We're just special stuff. I did look into, somebody told us about nails this past weekend. I don't remember the brand.
It was me.
No, not you. It was the other person we were hanging out with.
Oh, yeah.
But I looked into those, and I really think those are cool because they have like the nail polish brush glue. Like it looks like nail polish, but it's in the brush.
Huh.
But it's glue, so you're not like squeezing that dumb little tube and can't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
It's like that. And then they have drops that you can buy to get them off easy.
Oh, that's cool.
I think those two things alone would be cool for like any nail.
Yeah.
But anything else this week?
No.
Okay.
Really? What are you talking about? You went out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out of town. We had a really good time with our good friends who the guys met freshman year of college and then...
Wait, I thought we were good friends.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
We weren't there. Thought we were your good friends.
Well, yeah, y'all are my good friends too. But
apparently, she has other good friends.
All right. Well,
anyways, we traveled up north and long car ride with the little one. We survived through snacks and toys and naps, and it was good. It was a low-key weekend. They had a really cute farmer's market with like live music, and they had frozen, what was it, like not gelato, but like lemon ice cream, not sorbet, Italian ice. Wow. Mom brain.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, listen, I didn't even have that on my mind. I was like, I don't know where she's going with this. She named them all already.
But it was a really nice trip. We try to get together with them like every couple years, and it's definitely changed over time. Like the first year, we had a good time, went to a baseball game and bars and stuff. And of course, it's changed with me having a little one and one of the girls being pregnant. So
Nice.
See how it evolves over the next couple years.
It's fun. Sounds like a good time, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How's y'all's weekend?
You want to go ahead?
Sure. It was good. What did I do? We went to the zoo together. We went shopping and got in trouble. Like bad.
Where'd y'all go shopping?
Marshall's and Home Goods and our favorite little consignment shop.
Yep. Cute.
So the kids have lots of clothes for the fall.
No, my kids have a lot of clothes for like 6 months from now because they didn't have anything really in their sizes. So
yeah,
not big.
Well, so I thought when I had a second girl, I was going to be saving so much money in clothes. But now they have to have matching outfits. So it's really just, it's not working out for me.
Yeah, same. Even with boys, because even today packing for our trip, I'm like, I need like 4 more matching outfits. Why don't I have enough matching outfits?
It's easier to keep track of them too.
Yes. Yeah. And pick what they're wearing for the day because you like know that they go together. So.
Exactly. Yep. We had a good time. We missed you.
I know. It's weird being away.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
She sings some of it.
Yeah, my week was the same. I did the same thing.
Thrilling.
No, but I'm excited for next week because we're all going on vacation together, which will be really fun. All staying under one roof, so that'll be interesting to see how all that goes with all the kids.
Dynamic, yeah,
and
more quality time.
More quality time. Yeah, so I think that'll be fun. I'm excited for that.
Hopefully, we also like each other at the end of it.
And the podcast
I was going to say this would be really awkward if we didn't.
I'm going to need some tips though, because last year my little one was not walking or anything. And how do children play in the sand without just eating it?
I didn't have a problem with mine eating it. My oldest, he just has no idea about danger, and so he just takes off for the water. Like as soon as he realizes there's water, he's gone. He's going towards it because he loves the waves specifically. Like he likes jumping in it and like them hitting him. So he doesn't really play with the sand much, so I don't really have any tips for that.
I'm going to bring a little inflatable pool for the kids to play in water.
Like, that's a good idea.
Kind of separate from the sand.
Okay.
So good. You know what I do bring every time to the beach, but then I remember I'm a boy mom and boys don't color, is that I bring a little watercolor paint palette and brushes so that when they find seashells, they can like paint the shell.
That's really fun.
I've never done it because, again, my oldest doesn't.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, but we can do it
with the girl. The girls.
So I am bringing that. That is in my box.
That's fun.
That's really fun.
Yeah. But anything else that you guys want to talk about before we get into all the stuff?
No, I want to get into it.
All right.
Let's go.
For our Homefront headlines today, we are going to talk about the Frida Mom, Frida baby scandal that happened, I guess, a few months ago. I think I was pregnant when it happened, so I don't know, at least 8 months ago. But they got in trouble for their marketing campaign because a lot of people thought that their marketing like crossed a line and was a little inappropriate. Mm-hmm. You'll remember the scandal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for a couple examples before we start talking about it, the humidifier on the side of the box when it's showing like the directions, because it's supposed to be like a quick start humidifier, it says I get turned on easily. And then like their thermometer, that's also like a easy quick thermometer, the side of that box says how about a quickie. So I guess, what are y'all's thoughts on that? And are we boycotting Frida Mom / baby, or what do you guys think?
I mean, I personally don't mind it. I might get canceled for saying that. I get both sides. Like, I get where they're coming from. It is inappropriate. However, it's clever marketing wise for those who can kind of take the joke as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't read that much into it.
Yeah.
Can I? Mm-hmm. I would have never noticed had it not been like a scandal, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my thought too. Like, I kind of laughed when it came out. I was like, oh, shoot. But I do love their products. Mm-hmm. They're effective and wonderful for infant baby care. So, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also stand on the same side. I didn't even notice the boxes until it became like a news scandal. I'm also like you, where I didn't even read that much into it after finding out, because I don't know. And it could be like the medical side or being a military spouse. I just feel like it's harder to get under our skin about, stuff like that. Or we just have more of a darker, drier sense of humor.
Definitely.
So maybe that's why, I won't say we don't care, but it just didn't affect us, I guess, like it did some other people.
Right.
My thing with it is that there's no, at least that I know of, comparable products. Like you said, like their products are great. I bought some today for a baby shower gift. So, yeah, I don't know. Do y'all know of any other products that you like that are the same level in quality?
I don't think so. I also had an experience with their customer service, and they were great. Like, I had gotten one of the nasal aspirators, like the electric one, for a baby shower gift, and it didn't work correctly, and they immediately replaced it, no questions asked. Shipped it right to my house.
Oh, wow.
They were great.
That's awesome.
I wonder, though, was an apology issued
I think so.
to those that it offended?
I want to say I saw that, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
We'll look it up.
Yeah, I feel like the marketing side of it, like, it was a great idea. I think it just missed the other side of, people that would be offended by it. But we can talk about things people get offended for on a whole other podcast, probably. So, but yeah, no, I guess if you guys know any other products that are comparable or, that you guys love, you should comment and let us know, because I'm not against boycotting them for this thing. It's just, I don't know what we would use instead. And if there was a product on the shelf that was the same thing, but a different company, I might think twice and buy that one instead,
Yeah. But so this says, in an Instagram post, they announced they would be retiring select legacy assets and refining their tone moving forward to ensure it always meets the moment. So it feels like they didn't issue an official apology, but they said they wouldn't be doing as
sounds
much of
like
that.
they're saying, I'm sorry that you feel offended. Yeah, that is what I got from that.
Which honestly, now that I've read that, I'm kind of like, well,
that wasn't.
They could have apologized. They just,
yeah. I mean,
there's some sensitive postpartum families going through the thick of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't know. I kind of wish that I would have paid more attention, because it probably would have been a nice laugh in the middle of the night or something. But again, I just opened the box and threw it away. So never saw it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know if there's any products that you guys use that we should be using, I guess.
Okay, moving on to our hot take. Our hot take for today is screen time isn't the enemy, burnout is. So, with me being the newest mom, my child doesn't like screen time yet. And I obviously want him to like it for a break for me. But I guess, how have y'all approached screen time, and has it changed for different children?
So I started out with no screen time at all. I don't know. Were you like that? No. Okay. I was like, I'm not putting my kids in front of the TV. Very quickly realized that I did need a break. And so we started with Miss Rachel, and that's fine, I feel. We ended up on the opposite side of the spectrum, and my oldest had been using my iPad in the car, and then, this is kind of crazy to say now, but she did have a TV in her room. And recently her behaviors have changed, so we are dialing down on that. There's no longer a TV in her room, which she broke it, so that's a punishment in itself. But also, we've kind of agreed that her behavior is worse when she watches the iPad. So I think for special occasions, it'll be okay. Maybe long car rides. But other than that, like, I don't know. I feel like she doesn't need to be on it all the time. I think setting a limit per day is appropriate in our case. But like you said, screen time is not the enemy. I'm not against screen time. I just would like to limit it.
Yeah, and I think it's different for every kid too. Just like every adult probably needs different boundaries on what they're watching and, screen time as well. No, I didn't necessarily like stick him in front of the TV. But it kind of similar, like I wasn't against it. I knew that it would be a resource we were going to use eventually. But yeah, I was stay at home and wasn't working at the time. So I also needed a break. We also started off with Miss Rachel and Dancing Fruit, which I can say, I think my oldest learned a lot from Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
I think it really did help him learn sign language. I think it helped him start to talk a little bit earlier, and like enunciate things. Yeah, so I'm not against it. We got him a tablet pretty early on, but mostly because at the time we still live very far from family, but we were taking trips 2 or 3 times a month that were 6+ hour car rides. So, at first, the first few, we were like, we're not letting him watch anything. But then I actually had a friend say to me, do you go 6 hours in the car without listening to music or reading a book or looking at your phone or any of that? And I was like, no. And she was like, do you stare at the back of the seat the whole car ride for 6 hours? And I'm like, no.
Fair.
And so, yeah, so that really actually changed my mind on that. And so then we did, for those long car rides, get him something that he could watch. But he does really good with screen time. Like, he does go to school during the day, so he's not watching anything for most of the day. But he does really well winding down in the evening, getting to watch his shows. So that's why I feel like everyone's different. We'll see how the second does. But yeah, I can't blame him because I like to watch a show at the end of the night too and wind down. So yeah. But he didn't really care for shows until he was really care about it until he's around the same age as your son. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe the car ride is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it made a huge difference in our car rides when we went from none to something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. My youngest just now started liking it. So
yeah. I think you have to find what they're going to like too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also do a lot of older shows. Like we do Bear in the Big Blue House at night sometimes to help wind down. That's one thing. I can tell definitely there's an attitude change when it's something that is like high stimulation versus low. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, we tried it's like John Deere Kids tractors, and it's so relaxing. It has some fun music in the background, and it's just like them going across big fields and talking about different what's it called? Wow.
Arms?
Vehicles?
Vehicles? Yeah.
My brain today. But yeah, he's found interest in that. So
yeah,
we'll try some other things.
Yeah.
I kind of we've added an interactive learning game on there, and I'm definitely more okay with that versus them just on I feel like YouTube Kids specifically is the big problem because I've seen multiple times you can limit it as much as you want. There's still going to be stuff popping up there that you don't want them to see. There was a scary Halloween thing coming up, and all of a sudden she was like, I'm scared of my closet kind of thing. Yeah. So
I'll say we haven't done YouTube Kids. I'm kind of glad because I haven't heard the best things about it. So.
Just don't even start it. It's addicting for them.
I'll say we usually stick to the same 4 shows, which I feel like is good too because he gets what he wants out of it, and then we're just in those same shows,
right?
So, I don't know.
Good tips.
Yeah, but anything else on? I think the other part of the hot take was the burnout part. Not so much just the screens and what they're watching, but you really do need that break. during the day, especially if you're home all day with them or, so.
Yeah. I don't think you realize just how much stress it is until you're in it. And I hate to say that, like, I love them so much, and they're all I've ever dreamed of, but just the everyday 24/7 being away from family on top of, being surrounded by toddlers all day, not having adult interaction, that contributes to that burnout for sure.
Well, and just wanting to get tasks done, because if you're not getting like the small tasks done, they're just piling up and piling up and piling up, which is usually when I get overstimulated and anxiety about, things in my house.
I think it's a younger kid thing too. Like, I think on the other side, there is hope for getting those little things done. We're just not in that season right now.
Yeah.
Because all of our kids aren't at the age where we can be like, okay, go ride your bike to the park, have fun, see you later.
Right.
It's like supervision is necessary.
Yeah.
Yes.
And mine get into everything.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'll say the biggest thing that I figured out recently, probably in the last year, is my son likes to play car wash. And so I just set out. At first, it was just a bucket of water and a bucket of soapy water with his trucks in the backyard. And he would just sit there and play for like hours. And he still does that every day after school. He comes home. He's like, "Can I play car wash?" Sure, go outside and play car wash.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that might be, I don't know what the girl equivalent is, but for a boy,
I don't either.
You should start playing car wash.
Yeah.
Cute. We go through a lot of Dawn dish soap because that's what he uses to get car wash with.
Could be worse things.
Hey, I'm here for it. And his toys get cleaned every day almost because he's literally washing them.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
But
so kind of going off of that, let's talk about being a stay-at-home mom versus being a working mom and the solo parenting involved in that. What do you think?
I have gotten my fair share of all of them, and I think all of us have as well. And for me, like, when I was on maternity leave with my son, I was like, oh, this is great, like getting the quality time with him. And all my coworkers said, oh, you'll hit a point where you'll be ready to go back to work. And I didn't hit that when it was time to go back to work. I just went back to work in tears and powered through. I think the working mom, maybe this is a hot take, the working mom side of things is more emotionally exhausting, and the stay-at-home mom side of things is more physically exhausting.
Yeah, that's not a hot take. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I think I was luckily my husband did the daycare drop off, so like I didn't have to deal with emotions there. But there were days when I wasn't like so busy at work that I would be like, wait, why am I away? Like I miss him. And and then I'd have a good day at work where I'd be like, oh, I like what I'm doing. Like I enjoy the adult interaction. But I think I told both of you, like I felt something tugging in my heart that wasn't right. And that's what led me to my pause season. So I think like listening to your gut and knowing that like we're going to go through seasons and not every season has to look the same.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, I think everything that you said resonates with all of us. Yeah, it's like it's different guilt, whether you're working or not.
Right.
Like, cause I remember when I went back to work, the first shift away, I was like, why am I here? Like, I hate it here. I don't want to be here, all this stuff. But then, like you said, like we would, have a productive day. And I'm like, oh, I love this so much. Like, this is the best. I don't know. staying home is hard in itself too, because you're missing out on that interaction with other people, and you're not really filling your cup on the I don't know, I guess adult side, but you're filling your cup on getting to be home. But then I don't know, there's just guilt on both sides, because then you also feel guilty when you're at home because you're not doing the career that you like did, and you're not getting to work in your field and your passion and all that. But then when you're at work, you're like, I'm guilty because I'm not at home with my kids that I wanted, and all this stuff. So
yeah,
hard balance, I think.
I've been back and forth with this, especially here, which I think I've finally kind of settled down a little bit.
Got into
with a job application in progress.
Right.
No. I don't know. For me, so I'm a nurse, and that itself is a calling apart from motherhood, is caring for sick people. So for me, it's just really, really hard to separate that. And I think financial contribution is also a good point. Like I'm so appreciative of all of the hard work that he does. However, I would like to be able to contribute as well. But then on the other side of that is the childcare cost. And so for me, it just really just didn't make sense to keep working. I mean, because I think I did the math. I was making maybe $10 an hour by the time I put the kids in daycare. And then when I had one in daycare and had to hire a sitter for another, I was paying to work. Wasn't making anything.
No.
So yeah, I think it also, when you're a stay-at-home mom, for example, when it comes to finances, you're not earning that paycheck. So then you feel like you don't deserve the money that's coming into the household. At least that's how
that's how I feel.
Yeah. And so I think that's a hard adjustment too, because you are working, you're just not getting the paycheck, unfortunately, to show that you are working all day long. But I think that comes back to what we've talked about before, is the identity part of it, because you're missing out on your identity as a professional in the workforce. But then like you also have this identity as a mom too, and a wife and a housekeeper, and all these other things. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So
I think in my self-reflection time, I've learned that it's okay to change your mind, and what you pick now doesn't determine like your children's childhood, because like our kids aren't like elementary school aged yet, and so of course schedules are going to change once they get there, and that may change our minds of how we'll structure our days. So I think that's where I'm getting too worked up in my head, is like, okay, what I need to do needs to fit my entire child's life,
right?
Which is not realistic.
Yeah.
I don't think that I personally will ever work a full-time job again, because to me, the flexibility of being able to adjust a schedule to meet whatever the needs are of the family or the kids is more important to me than having the full-time paycheck, to be honest. Which doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. I think that's the big thing, is that we all try to compare ourselves to everybody else's family when we're not the same. It's not all going to work for everybody.
Right.
So
I think we're in a unique situation too, where we don't need the insurance. So as far as like jobs go, for me, a PRN or as needed schedule is better because you make more. On that side, you don't get any benefits, but
she's okay.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. I do kind of wish, and maybe I said this on our last episode, that there was like a PRN type schedule for my career because, like, in my search, I feel like it's a unicorn position that I want, like part-time, work from home, hard to come by.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So let's talk about the burnout a little bit more in relation to being a stay-at-home mom. Is there anything you guys think that your husbands could do to kind of help out with that? Or do they already do that?
Yes, but I don't think that they ever will understand the full capacity of it without being in that position themselves for a long period of time. And I'm not talking just like a week or a weekend, like an extended period of time. I mean, I feel like most stay-at-home moms can agree that their husbands just don't get it when it comes to that. I think making sure that they know that the house and the house chores are an everybody responsibility, not just placed on one person. And that some weeks, at least this is something that my husband and I talk about a lot, is some weeks I might be able to give, 70% and do all these things. And so he's only having to do the 30%. But then there's going to be weeks where I'm only able to do the 30%. So I need him to step up and do the rest of it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not saying it always works smoothly, but sometimes I can just say, hey, I'm not able to give as much this week. Or even today, I'm just going to need you to do all this. And that usually helps us not get into an argument about it, usually.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like overly communicating, like, hey, this is something I was going to get done today, but the baby only napped for 45 minutes instead of his like 2.5 hours. So I only did this. Like, I'm going to probably shift this to tomorrow unless you want to pick it up after he goes to bed. That's something we've really been working on over the past 1.5 years that my son's been around, is like, if we don't say anything to each other, we might get mad about like expectations that weren't communicated or missed expectations, and it's been a learning curve.
And so we read a book that was recommended to us. I'm probably going to butcher the name, but it's You, Me, and Baby Make Three. And it basically talks about adjusting from just being in a marriage to having a baby, and like how the dynamics change and how jobs change and like that kind of thing. So that was a pretty good resource for us to read too.
It is a huge change.
Yeah.
And your whole life is flipped around.
Yeah. For sure.
I feel like I laugh and I say, what did I do with all my free time?
Yeah.
As just a married couple, we had so much free time.
Yes. And what did we talk about? Because it seems like, usually all we talk about is like the kids or like
exactly
the appointments or like that. So I'm like, what did we talk about before we had kids? Or did we talk? I don't even know.
Did we talk? We just sit there in silence. I think we watched a lot more movies. Definitely.
Yeah. We definitely. Yeah, we probably did that, or
we went to the gym more. A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Those days are gone.
Yeah. So what about the moms and dads that are solo parenting because their spouse is deployed or something? Like, what do you think are things that would be helpful from the deployed spouse to help the spouse at home?
Maybe treating them to like a monthly house cleaner or grocery delivery or meal delivery.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Those are all great ideas. If it can be arranged, I would say having their family come up and try to help with the kids.
Yeah.
So you get a break.
Yeah, I agree. I think encouragement too, just to let them know like that they see all the work and effort that you're doing. I think that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't do it, but
well, so I think you're the only one with like official experience in parenting solo during a deployment. Like I've done maybe weekends or a week or so here or there, but I haven't done a deployment. It's been months on end by myself.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, he used to send me, text of encouragement, or just, even him saying, miss you guys, like miss doing whatever with y'all. I mean, I like gifts. He usually sends me something. Like I think I mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention on one of these episodes, he sent me my Nespresso. So I'll take that. Yeah, but to your point, that would have been nice for him to have somehow arranged, even if it wasn't the whole time, but family to come up and do like a week or so to like, whatever, help out or just entertain. Like, yeah, I don't know what else, really. I'm not sure.
I love the cleaner idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just needs to be just a thing in general.
Yeah, deployed or not. Yeah. Especially because I met with like a counselor in the thick of postpartum where I was struggling big time. And I was like, what if there's a day that I don't get anything done? And it's like, look at it from your baby's perspective. Like they had the best day with mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she said something that I'm going to butcher, of course, but it was like presence over like, maybe it's a book, Presence Over Perfection or something. Or if you focus on presence with your children over like having a perfect, clean home, then that's what you focus on correctly.
Right.
Well, to piggyback off of that, somebody had told us after we had our oldest, because we were joking, but not joking, I guess, that, I felt like all I did all day was pick up and clean and whatever. But as soon as my husband would walk in the door, he's walking into this disaster.
Yeah.
And so it like looks to him like all I did all day was sit around and do nothing. And so the friend had said, he was older. He'd been married for 20 plus years. And so he's like, yeah, I used to do the same thing. Like I would come home from work and I'd be like, what did she do all day? And so then it would automatically make my attitude angry or frustrated with my wife because I'm like, what did she do? The house is a disaster. And he said it really took a mind shift for him when he came in to be like, no, my wife got to have fun with our baby all day. Like she got to play on the ground with him. They got out all these toys. They had the best time. Like, so what if it's not clean when I get home? She got to spend time with our child. And so I think even for spouses to have like that mind shift, especially when they're gone and they're like FaceTiming and they're like, why is the house like a tornado? We should be thinking more positively, I guess.
That's such a good story. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that he said that.
Yeah. I think it really opened my husband's eyes, especially because at the time he was in command working super long hours. So by the time that he got home, he's just like, what is going on? When I really did clean the house like all day. But by that time, it's like, the baby was awake again and we were playing again. So
there must be something about command.
Yeah. Yeah, I think somebody else told us if we can survive command, you can survive anything. So
we have not been there and I don't know if we ever will. So
don't have a baby in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Or at the beginning of it.
It's true.
Oh man. But yeah, so speaking of husbands and all that, I think we have some tea today that comes straight from one of our own. Sarah has a wonderful story to tell us about something that happened over the weekend to her.
Well, not so wonderful. So, Courtney and I were at Home Goods, and the guys so kindly stayed in the car with the kids.
With some argument.
Yeah. Yeah. It's mostly her husband arguing with me over why we needed to go there.
Yeah.
Like, just don't worry about it.
You've been called out.
I think I said, I don't really listen to my own husband. Why would I listen to you?
You did say that.
So we were in there, and my oldest had to go to the bathroom. And so my husband brought her in, and I saw him take her back there. I didn't think anything twice about it. And then I overhear a woman in the next aisle talking about how this disgusting man was in the women's bathroom, and he had a little girl with him who was blonde and all this. And I'm like, oh no, she's not. So I stop her. I'm like, wait, what did the little girl look like? Like, what was she wearing? And she described my daughter. And then I was like, about to lose it. Like, I said, that was my husband. And the only reason he would have taken her in the women's restroom is if there was another man present in the men's restroom, or if it was gross.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have anything further to say to me and walked away. But I was fired up. I mean,
Yeah, she was.
Courtney had to drag me out of the store. Like, I was ready to go fight for my husband.
In my
As you
defense,
should.
I was on the other end of the aisle, so I saw her interacting, but I didn't know what was happening. And so then when she told me, I was like, oh, okay. So then we ended up walking by this lady and her family. We both stared them down. They didn't say anything. But yes, she was ready to fight. I had to tell her we had to go. Like, we can't get kicked out of Home Goods. But yeah, that brings up the question. I mean, who's in the wrong in this situation?
This was just recently in
the news. Yeah.
Did you see that? The story about, there was a whole video of this woman behind him harassing him.
Mm-hmm.
Because
at a gas station, right?
Yes, because he was in the restroom with his little girl.
Because they were men, I believe, I could be messing this up, but I think there were men in the men's room using the urinals. Because, for those that don't know, the urinals are not in stalls. They're usually just open.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm under the opinion of, I don't think any little girl should have to go in the men's bathroom and be exposed to that.
Yeah. And I confirmed with my husband that, yes, there was another man in the restroom, and he was taking up the stall. So he really didn't have an option because she had to go. I mean,
well, and then my other reaction to that is, and I've done this before, is that if I see a dad with a little girl in the women's room, sometimes I'll just be like, especially if the little girl's in the stall, I'll be like, hey, do you want me to stand out here? And you can stand outside the door or whatever, with it craft or whatever. And then that way you don't have to be in here. Because it can be, I can understand how it's a little off-putting to walk in and see a man in the bathroom. But that lady, context clues, he's holding a little girl. You obviously saw her because you can describe her. Like, what's the problem,
Yeah. And that's why at airports they have the single family stall.
We're about to get heated on this.
Right. I'm telling you, it just burns me up thinking about it. I
don't think that these questions should have been asked because, again, context clues. He was holding a little girl that she was able to describe. So what makes you think anything other than this is a dad who's in a situation where his little girl needs to go to the bathroom? I would have never even questioned. I would have just literally, like I said, either offered to help him out or be like, okay, well, I'm in a stall. It's not like he's gonna, you know what I mean?
And she's 3. It's not like she's older. Yeah. I mean, she still needs to be lifted into the bathroom. So,
Right. Yeah. But, I mean, it was just in the news and everybody sided with the dad before. So I have no doubt that would be the case. Again, I'm not sure what her problem was.
And knowing your husband, I'm sure he was just standing there, keeping to himself, waiting for her to do her business.
No, he was with her. He was carrying her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he wasn't just in there.
Well, and the other thing, knowing your husband, he doesn't look like a creep. So, like,
right.
Again, wouldn't have even thought twice if it were me and I would have witnessed this. Actually, my first thing would have been like, am I in the wrong bathroom? And then been like, okay, whatever, I'm fine. But that's crazy. But to your point of the family bathrooms, stop using them if you don't have kids.
If you don't have kids, do not go in there.
I never go in there if I don't have my kids with me.
Correct.
Like, that's the same with the big stall in the regular bathroom. I don't go in the large stall unless I have my children with me, and I usually don't go in there unless there is a changing table in the large stall and I have my kids with me. So stop using the family bathrooms. If I go to one more family bathroom and find some man walk out of there with no kids that just went in there to go to the bathroom and not have to go in the men's room, I'm going to lose it.
I'm saying.
So moral of the story is everyone should go to the bathroom before they desperately need to go.
Yes, exactly. Especially like when we were in DC not long ago, we were at the Children's Museum and I went to go take both kids to the bathroom to change them. And it was occupied and I waited there for a while. And finally this man walked out with nobody. I'm like,
you didn't say anything?
Oh no, I did. I said, this is a family bathroom. Where's your family?
See, I was waiting for it. I knew she said something.
Yeah. No, I was heated because I'm like, I literally said, this is a family bathroom. Where's your family?
What do you say?
Nothing. Just kept going. And it wasn't
it's probably wise of these people to not respond to us.
But it wasn't even like he would, I mean, I guess he could have had kids there, but this was probably like, this was an older gentleman. So he was probably there, with his grandkids and kids or whatever. But he wasn't so old that he needed to be in that bathroom by himself either.
Gentleman is a nice way
but that drives me crazy, especially at the airport too. Because I'm like,
yeah.
Yep. Could go on a rant, but we won't.
Have you not had an experience with the bathroom yet?
No.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Especially because when you walk in there after them and it smells so bad, I'm like, this is a family bathroom. Yeah.
Bathroom crash out.
For real.
When I tell you she had to drag me out of there, I'm not kidding. I was ready to hit her. I'm not even kidding you. She said you have permission to hit her if she comes in the parking lot.
Yeah, because we checked out and there's a security guard walking around and she actually was like kind of near us at that point. And so we were walking out or we checked out and she was like, should I go back there and confront her again? And I was like, no, you already confronted her.
Well, this was after Aaron had confirmed with me.
And so I was like, no, let's go. And then I said, if she walks out of the store before we leave, then you can. But if she doesn't, then we're just leaving.
It was her lucky day.
Yeah, she didn't.
Because she didn't walk. It was
I was
probably
watching
my
that
lucky day
too. I was like,
oh, I was very
I was like, if
watching.
she walks out and Sarah goes, I'm gonna have to
go. She was older too, but I was ready to put her on her ass.
Oh,
yeah. I don't think she thought
you would have been mortified. You would have never. You would have never hung out with us again.
Well, I really didn't. I honestly can say the whole thing really threw me off, which is probably why I was calm. Because again, I saw her talking to her, but even watching them, I was like, I can't tell if Sarah's heated or just excited or whatever. And I couldn't hear them. So then when she told me, I was like so confused. I was like, what is going on? What are we doing? Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah.
All right, I think I told Josh in the car, I said, Prozac can only do so much, and I think it's hit its limit.
And that's why you can't go to war. That's what Aaron said.
I can go to war. Or can I go to war?
Yeah, do you see Josh's number 7? He was like, I actually think you would enjoy war.
Yes, actually I think yeah, no, just get me mad. Just get me mad and I will like be great at war.
All right. Well, I think that's all we've got then. All right. I guess we'll see you guys later.
Bye.